Yes, actually, in Marin County, we've gotten some good changes for our clients. What basically happened is in the middle of the year, we started finding that the court in Marin County, these cases are usually in Department M, usually Judge Chernus is in there, and he was starting to grant these DUI diversions. And his range of the cases he would grant has been expanding as I believe he feels he doesn't have enough guidelines from appellate courts to kind of put parameters on, if there's a certain blood alcohol level or how egregious a case is. He seems to be opening up much wider as to what he will grant, especially on a first offense DUI. So recently, I had a couple of cases that were on for a diversion motion, and these are heard in the Marin County Superior Court, usually Thursday afternoons, about 2:30, and they're being done on Zoom. And again, right now we're in early August of 2021, and these cases, the alcohol levels were almost 3 times the legal limit. My clients had done a lot of rehabilitation since their arrest and a lot of AA therapy and things like that, signed up for DUI school, things to show that they were amenable to treatment. And Judge Chernus felt like that was appropriate to grant diversions in those situations. Something else to understand about diversion in Marin County, it's getting backed up. Apparently the court is there's only one courtroom that's hearing these, and they only hear them on Thursday afternoons. These diversion motions, there are only 10 of them that the judge is allowed to hear apparently every week. So when we first started bringing these motions, we were getting them set out, a couple months, and then the motion would be heard. Now, we're in August and they're getting set in February. And they keep getting pushed out further and further and further. So my concern is that at some point it's going to take about a year to get the motion actually heard, unless the court in Marin County decides that they're going to allow this judge to hear more, have another judge start hearing them. They've got a very small bench in Marin County. It's a county of less than 300,000 people. They don't have a ton of judges to hear these. And so that's what we're dealing with. But the excellent news for those who do get arrested for a DUI and, find an attorney who understands how to do these diversion motions and what it's going to take to get one granted, your chances are getting better and better of getting them granted. Unfortunately, I'm still seeing all the time attorneys who are not familiar with Marin County. And I'm seeing a lot of people still getting pled out on cases which I assume would be divertible, would be eligible for a diversion motion, and they're getting criminal convictions. And that's just, it's wrong, but unfortunately, you've got to find the right DUI lawyer. So if you're arrested for a drunk driving offense in Marin County within the San Francisco Bay Area, find someone who specifically focuses on DUI defense, who understands how the courts work that they practice in, they're experienced, and they understand the whole DMV process and how to fight the cases there to try and save your driver's license. And if that's the case, then you've probably got your best chance of getting a diversion granted and avoiding a criminal conviction. Other things to note, Marin County is still on every diversion I've seen granted so far. It's a 2-year diversion, so they'll give you some things to do, some community service, DUI school, sometimes some other requirements that you have to do if there's restitution involved, things like that. There's a much smaller fine if you get a diversion. You can save almost $2,000 by getting a diversion versus getting convicted. But those are what we're seeing as the requirements that someone granted diversion is required to complete within those 2 years. And so, at this point, I've probably had 15 or more diversions granted in Marin County in the last number of months, and got some very, very happy clients because of that. So feel free to reach out with any questions about this, whether you're a client, a potential client, another attorney trying to understand how the system works in Marin County in the San Francisco Bay Area. And we're happy to answer all your questions.